What's good, YouTube? Statement Sports Cards here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. Before I get into these cards for today's video response, I just wanted to thank all of you that have supported my new venture into podcasting with the Solo Shot Sports podcast here on YouTube. Link to that channel will be in the description below. And for those of you that missed my community post or didn't realize that I was starting a podcast, it's okay, now you know. I got my degree in communication with a concentration in sports multimedia. Ever since I can remember, it had always been a dream of mine to work in sports full time. How could that not be the best job in the world for a sports fan? And I hope that you've seen in my card content that I have an immense passion, not just for the history of the game, but for the sport of baseball as a whole. So through this podcast, I hope to round the bases with you guys, highlighting all the major and underlooked news stories in MLB, as well as throwing it back down the third base line and keeping the rich history of baseball alive by sharing those stories every week as well. For those of you that love baseball, I really hope you love the podcast. It means the world that so many of you would support me with your likes, your comments, and subscribing. And I hope that this will be a stepping stone towards me pursuing my dream of working in sports media full-time one day. Just like the card content, episode 1 is not going to be the best episode. I released it on opening day. New episodes will start airing every Saturday, with this Saturday, April 8th, for episode 2. I'll catch you guys around the bases there. But this video is about your friend and mine, Doug, over at Decon's Cardboard. Doug is an amazing dude with a fantastic sense of humor. I've gotten to become really good friends with him. And Doug had a very unfortunate situation with eBay authentication, where a card was not how it was pictured, and he wasn't able to negotiate with the seller how to return or get his money back, and he had to go through eBay authentication. As card buyers off of eBay, we're taking gambles. There's a lot of protection built in, but depending on the lighting, the picture, etc., the listing, there's a range of things that we can receive when we hit buy on something. And before I get into what Doug wanted us to do for our VR, I decided I would share a success and a failure that I've had recently to kind of share the pain and show the wins. The first one is one that really hurt when it came in, because I sent this picture to a lot of people thinking that I was getting everything in the picture. But unfortunately, this 1913 Napoleon Lajoie, beautiful game card, in the listing was pictured next to the original box. And I had never seen the original box. I didn't know that the original boxes were still out there. Sent it to John Mangini. He had never seen one. Thought that I got the box with this in an auction. There was nothing in the listing that said that I wouldn't get the box, but the listing did talk about the card. When I received the card and went to go leave negative feedback, I saw in the description that it was kind of hidden, that it said card only, deep down in the description. I told the seller how this could be misleading and how he shouldn't include the box in the photos if the box is not for sale. He didn't agree with me, but appreciated the feedback. Thankfully, because I caught this auction late and there was no one really bidding on it, I ended up getting this card for about what they go for. So I kind of broke even, but to me it's a loss because I really wanted that box. Everyone that I showed pictures of the original box was so excited to see it and for me, but you can't win them all. I still love this card. It is now the oldest Hall of Fame piece in my collection, and I will treasure this always, not just for how cool of an image it is, on the blue especially, but for the lesson to, even if you're catching something late, read it thoroughly and hope for the best. But to me, it was a can't-lose proposition because I knew I was at least getting the card for the price they go for. I like to pay less, but it wasn't a complete loss. The next card, a seller had 4 listings of the same card. 2018 Topps, card number 700, Shohei Ohtani rookie card. All of the listings said mint 9, but I noticed one of the pictures was a gem mint 10. So I bought it after looking at comps and realizing that he priced the 9s to sell at comps, and said, hey, if I get this 9 at the price of a 9, I can keep it or resell it, and I didn't overpay. But if I get a 10, it's worth over 2x what the 9 is. I clicked buy. The card came in eventually, and I did score a PSA Gem Mint 10 of the Shohei Ohtani key Topps rookie of him pitching, card number 700. Stoked to own this. I don't think we realize how blessed we are to be living in an era where we get to watch this guy who throws over 100 as a top-of-the-line starter and hits 450-foot bombs as a designated hitter. I am so upset he plays for the Angels, but I think he's going to get paid to go to one of these big market-winning teams next offseason, and think that it will only take 2 more years after this, so 3 more good years of him pitching as a top-of-the-line starter and hitting 30-plus bombs for him to be a first-ballot peak Hall of Famer. So, super happy to finally have a Shohei rookie in the collection. I missed the boom initially because he was so hyped up, and I usually avoid those guys. But then when everything came down, before he broke out and had that amazing MVP season, I didn't buy in. And I was kind of sitting there saying, oh, well, I'm going to have to settle for a 9 or an 8 or a raw copy one day. It ended up scoring a 10 for the price of a 9. So read the listings, look at the pictures, and take your shots. Sometimes you're going to hit big. Sometimes you're going to hit terribly like Doug did. And sometimes, like that Napoleon Lajoie, you're just going to break even and wish that the guy sent you the damn box. But for Doug's contest, he's giving away a beautiful Carl Yastrzemski card, his 1973 Topps. He wants us to show beautiful ones. And this is a card that I haven't shown on the channel yet. I went back and checked. As a card that I just really love. And it's the 1949 Bowman Early Win rookie card. I absolutely love the patch on his shoulder there. And this card is an SGC1. Nothing special. Rounded corners, creases to the left of his face. But it presents so well for a 1. This is a guy that is extremely underrated, not just because he was a pitcher, but because he wasn't a popular pitcher. His cards don't sell for a lot, and he is the gatekeeper of the 300 win club. He ended his career with exactly 300 wins, just like Roberto Clemente ended his career with exactly 3,000 hits. So I always think about that when a player makes that milestone. Who is the guy that is greeting them to the club? And for the 3,000 hit club, it is Roberto Clemente. And for the 300 win club, Early Win is welcoming you. Now, will there ever be a 300 game winner again? Who knows? But Early Win is the guy that they would be tying if they ever get there. So, really cool card. Happy to support Doug. Great friend of the community. One of the funniest guys on YouTube. And I really appreciate his generosity, giving back after a situation that didn't seem like it was going to go his way, ended up really going his way, and now it's all gravy for him. He can keep that Hack Wilson, he can sell that Hack Wilson, he can trade that Hack Wilson. But he got his money back and got to rant it out with us in the community. So, hope you guys keep enjoying baseball season. Appreciate all of you that will check out the podcast after this, and I will catch you guys in the next one.